Hey, BraveHearts, how you doing? Today we're going to do something different. What I do is when somebody takes a New World Practitioner course, okay, or they've done a personal treatment and training or personal certification, what we do is we have 2 to 3 what we call master consultant trainings. So we do a training every week with me, emotional, nutritional, psychological. We help the practitioners to stay more stable in alignment with themselves, okay? And I answer all of their nutritional, emotional questions about their clients. Because guess what? We have to keep on teaching our practitioners because the world is changing and our practitioners need to change as well. Let me just say this. You're invited to come on today's live. My practitioners don't even know it. This is the first time I've done it. So at 1 o'clock, which is about 10 minutes away, we're going to be going live with you. And if you want to come back on, you can see I'm going to have a bunch of practitioners there. They're going to have a bunch of questions on how to run their business, about their families, about their clients, their patients, about the world. And it's coming together as a BraveHeart nation. Building a community today is online. This is why we have spent almost $250,000 creating an app called Touched. And it's free and it's going to be touching the world. And I'm going to be providing the biggest self-love, self-care library in the world. I don't mind somebody challenging me this because the reality is we're doing this. Okay, our hearts are in it. We're full speed ahead. But if you'd like to come back on at 1 o'clock, we're actually going to be having a live, okay, practitioner meeting where you'll see the trainings that we do, okay, and how I do it. Now, Dr. Sage Wolf does trainings, and Violetta, a master consultant, they do trainings on Wolf non-surgical. The pelvic girls like Lorraine, Serena, Simran, and Alicia, they come on and they do trainings for the people that have taken the pelvic course and also are becoming pelvic practitioners. We need more pelvic practitioners than you can even shake a stick at because every woman, her pelvis is rotting out. Men's too, but to talk to a man and tell him he's rotting, he doesn't even know it when he looks like he's 9 months pregnant. So we're having a lot of problem reaching the men today. I think they've checked out, most of them. But the reality is that if you restore your pelvis, you restore health through your whole body. It's called your root chakra. I won't get into that. But we do so many trainings. Understand something. When somebody takes a course, whether it's online or they go to school, once the course is done, it's done. Not with us. You've got free trainings for the rest of your life. If you've always wanted to be a practitioner, I promise you, you'll be better than any practitioner that took a 4-year course and calls himself a naturopathic doctor. And I will tell you that right now because that's a government regulated school and they learn so much information, okay, that they don't even need or know what to do with. It's so confusing. Once the government has their little hands, their dirty little hands into your course, they take you right off course. And I don't want to get into it. I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just trying to tell you that I will take any of my practitioners that only took a 22-day course from me, whole life coach and Wolf non-surgical, and I get to pick that person from that course, and I will have them take any patient that a naturopathic doctor out there, a homeopathic doctor, or any type of chiropractor, or any medical doctor, and then that person with only 22 days training, oh my God, they couldn't know anything. They're just so stupid. Are you like kidding? I'm going to tell you something. We've all been ruled, schooled, and fooled, and that's the deal. And you better get that. And if you don't want to become your own practitioner, if you don't want to live your passion, your purpose, that would be learning how to love yourself, care for yourself, and then shine that light on others. Okay, so I'm coming back on here in a few minutes, but let me say something right now. Today's one a day is love changes everything. What do you think this is, a Disney movie? Love changes nothing. And the only time that love changed you is when somebody was so needy for it. You think I'm kidding? Okay. Well, let me just say this. Love changed you. It made you feel orgasmic when it was happening. But what happened when you broke up? Oh, he broke up with me. He broke my heart. It's in pieces. My heart's so empty. Every time you leave, I feel so alone. Okay, first of all, wow, that's really great. So every time that I'm with you, you feel so great. But every time I leave you, you feel so alone. Let me tell you something. Love changes nothing. Okay? Love makes us desperate. Okay? And guess what? How does it feel to be desperate? How does it feel when you feel you can't get enough love? Well, that's like not getting enough oxygen. You've got a chokehold on your life. Look at the only way you're going to become a New World practitioner, a master trainer for me, is if you unconditionally love and care for yourself. Oh yeah. And listen to me. Once you take our courses, you understand that no, it's not a sin. No, you're not going to go to hell. No, you're just becoming that which our Creator wanted you to be, was unconditional love, one and for all. And that's it. So let's cut the crap, okay? The world's so screwed up, they don't even know what they're doing. You know, when I was younger, I was told that being selfish or centered into oneself was selfish and I'd go to hell. My father was a born-again Christian pastor. God love him. Okay? But the reality is I'm not going to hell. I totally unconditionally love myself. I let myself off the hook for everything that my father said I was going to hell for. And understand something. That's the only way I can become a courageous, standing in my power, BraveHeart, and to be here for you today. If I was a sinner or a loser or a failure, I wouldn't be doing this stuff. I wouldn't be opening up an online university. I wouldn't be opening up a university. I wouldn't be challenging the people that go to school for 4 years to become some type of doctor. And the reality is I'm telling you right now that 80% of what they learn, they don't utilize. What if we only taught what was important? What if 1 and 1 were actually 2 and not 11? What if you actually realize this? I don't care how many people you bed down. I don't care how many children you have or how many dogs you have, how many cats you have. You will never have enough love to heal yourself. You will never heal yourself until you have unconditional love for yourself. You fill up your own heart and stop sucking off everybody else. And you don't even know it. You don't even know it. And I don't mean you're sucking off of them, that you're a parasite. I'm saying we have created parasitical love, haven't we? If you love me, I'll love you. And if you don't love me, then I'll hold off on my love and I won't give you any. Oh no, you don't get any of this until you give me this. And understand something. How does it feel to have love ransom go on in your life all the time? And don't tell me that it doesn't go on. Anybody that ever came together in marriage or to become a couple that came together because they needed someone else to fill up their heart doesn't have a good relationship at all. Okay? Go and do the couples connection where you're both sitting on the floor and you've got your arms around each other and stare into each other's eyes for 10 minutes. Good luck. You've never even looked in your lover, your wife's, your husband, your child's eyes for more than 5 to 10 seconds, less 10 minutes. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. That's true love. Looking at, how about going and doing the mirror work and looking in your own eyes for 10 minutes and telling yourself how you will love, honor, and respect yourself and stop poisoning yourself, okay? And stop being sold off by the pound and stop going to a medical doctor that's not a doctor at all. Doctor means teacher. How about that? How about never bringing anything into your home except the health and love zone, meaning you're not going to bring anything toxic in. Nobody's allowed to bring alcohol in or drugs in, prescription or otherwise. Nobody's allowed to keep the Wi-Fi on all night long while you're sleeping. Nobody's allowed to fill up the fridge with products we can't even pronounce. Nobody's allowed to do that. Where is that? Well, until you have unconditional love for yourself, you will compromise yourself and you will eat crap. Okay? You will talk crap. You will allow somebody to actually emotionally, physically, or sexually abuse you until you love yourself. And that's it. And that's the truth. And I get it. You know what? I get it. I'm only here and I only have 1% of the population actually listening to me. How's that? You want to bring them on, please? Absolutely. Just bring them on. Get it set up. So what we're going to do is they're telling me that I'm keeping everybody waiting. So I'm going to be doing this master consultant training. So I'm going to end this call And then I'm going to start again and come on with them in about 5 to 10 minutes if you'd like to join us. Would you like to join us? Because understand something. You know what? It's actually called family. But I can't have a family. I cannot have a family that doesn't unconditionally love themselves. I can't have a family that uses me to fill up their heart. Oh my God. You know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. When I was younger, okay, I used to have this dream that I wanted to marry the most beautiful woman in the world. And guess what? I wanted to be her hero. Otherwise, I wanted to save her. Well, understand, I think I married a very beautiful woman. But guess what? Do you know what my lesson was in life? No matter what I did, no matter how I grew, I couldn't save her for all the tea in China. I tried everything. And I mean everything. And I'll tell you something, to the point that my love was terrorizing her. Do you understand? Okay, you think, oh yeah, love will see us through. Who made that up? That's just a song, you know?
Recording in progress.
I'm going to tell you something right now, okay? Love will see us through? No. Love, self-love will see you through to finding your authentic self and your purpose. But guess what? If you got married, if you are with someone right now, if you're with somebody and you came together with them because you needed someone to love you, well, then you've got the same relationship as 99.9% of the population, where if I said to you, so how's things going? Well, you know, we have our ups and downs, you know, we broke up, we're back together, you know, it's going good right now, but you know, it doesn't seem to go that way because guess what? Until you can unconditionally love and care for yourself, you're not willing to change the beliefs that you have. So understand, did you notice that the longer you stay with someone, you keep on repeating the same programs, the same conversations, and you keep dealing with the same BS, dysfunctional belief systems. Oh my God, you never listen to me. Well, you never listen to me. Well, you never listen to me. Well, did you ever listen to yourself? Did you ever go into yourself and decide to go in and weed out the belief systems that are so toxic that you don't even know? You know what? I'm going to tell you something. There is not a person out there, unless they've taken like a whole life coach certification, and I'm telling you the truth, that is consciously aware of their own personality. That's right. You know, how many times did you ever say to someone, did you see just how you talk to me now? Did you see how you just treated me right now? And they go, well, what are you talking about? This is my personality. What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. Meanwhile, they did disrespect you, but they didn't disrespect you. They were just disrespecting themselves and you got in the way. So the reality is we can change no one. Oh, the reality is we should just stay there and get really comfortable in an uncomfortable relationship like everything else we do. Well, I am never going to stay in a relationship, okay, unless it's based on unconditional love for myself and for the other person, okay? And the reality is this, okay? I am not here to fill up anybody's gas tank, all right? I'm going to be thankful. Nobody has to tell me they love me. Nobody has to tell me anything. The only thing I want to hear is, hey, you know what, Daryl? We should do this because this might be better. We could have more fun. We could be healthier. That's all I want to hear. I don't need to hear anything else, okay? I just want to know how I can grow on an emotional, physical, and spirit level. I'm not spiritual, so just know that. Oh, Dr. Wolf, are you spiritual? No, I have a spirit. That's it. I don't like spiritual anything, thank you. All right, that's another religion to me. Okay, the reality is I'm a spirit being, and that's what I'm going to always be. I can be 95 years old, and I'm going to be high-spirited. I'm going to be a rebel. I'm never going to listen to government, or I'm not going to listen to any system out there. I'm not going to bow down to any man or woman or anything on this planet. I'll bow down to my Creator, and that's it. And that's all. And it's never going to be anything else. And understand something. You know, my partner is Lori. And the reality is guess what? We unconditionally love ourselves so that we're not coming at each other and demanding what she cannot give me and what I can't give her, which is inner peace, understanding that the beauty lies within. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something right now, and you better get this. oh my God, but whenever I'm around her, I just feel so much love. Well, she has a frequency that triggers the love that you actually have for yourself, but you don't understand it's a self-serve job. So now she's going to trigger it, but she's not going to trigger it after 9 months to a year of being with you, because you have to all get back to minding your own business, even if your business is destroying each other. Oh, isn't that something? That would be 99.9% of all relationships suck. They suck. And you can say, Dr. Wolf, you're not being very nice. Well, guess what? Do you know how many consultations I have done for couples? Do you know how many? Well, let's talk about in between 25 and 30,000. Is that enough? And I will tell you right now that I could count on one hand where I've met a couple, okay, that actually love themselves and then shine that light on each other. I could count on one hand. The rest, okay, are all looking for each other to fill each other's tank. And guess what? So nobody ends up being tankful, just miserable, okay? So I want to ask you a question, and this question is this. How's this? How much do you ask your lover to fill up your heart? How much do you ask the dog, the cat, the children, the grandchildren, and the rest of the world? I'll tell you something, and you can believe it or not believe it. I don't need you to love me, but if you want to, you go right ahead. I don't need you to hate me, but if you want to, go right ahead. I will fill up my heart, because if I don't fill up my heart completely, for every percentage that I do not fill up my own heart, I have that percentage and that chance of being hurt. And when I get hurt, I am going to hurt another. So if I don't get hurt, I won't hurt myself and I won't hurt another. And the reality is you can take whatever belief you want and you can just run with it. Like the belief that you don't deserve God's love, or you don't deserve your mommy's love, your daddy's love, your wife's love, your husband's love, because you have belief systems that you just don't measure up. Well, I do measure up. I don't have to forgive myself for anything, because all I do is observe and grow. Wherever I can learn, I'll learn, but I'm not going to burn. You couldn't put me in judgment jail if you wanted. I'm not going there. And if you allow anybody to put you in judgment jail, you are just letting them use their beliefs, and they are controlling and owning you. And understand something. Unless you have unconditional love for yourself and you release the chokehold, okay, of thinking someone else has to fill you up like a gas tank, you won't be tankful. Okay? You'll be running on empty. You'll be running on gas fumes. And why do I tell you this? Because guess what? I would like you to close your eyes and picture that if the whole world were to unconditionally love themselves, meaning do no harm to yourself, you wouldn't do that to another. I don't know what message you think is the most important here, but that's the only message I believe that's important. There would be no wars. You definitely wouldn't be opting out to corner stores. You wouldn't be going into the alcohol stores, the vaping stores. Okay, you wouldn't go out with someone and they say, well, do you want another drink? When you don't, you wouldn't say yes. You wouldn't be a mess, okay? You would be your best. You think about that, all right? We'll be back on in about 5 or 10 minutes, and you can come on with my practitioners and see how we do a practitioner training and understand something. Unless you want to become your own practitioner, unless you want to become your own hero, just know that you're going to come up with zero a lot, okay? All right? Because guess what? You go ahead. You rely on the world, okay? You think that there's a hero coming. There's no hero coming, okay? Last night we had Peter Temple on, and he was talking about all these amazing changes that are coming. And guess what? What if they don't? Are you going to have lunch bag letdown again? What if your lover doesn't follow through? Your husband, your children, or your wife? What's going to happen? You're going to get miserable? No. Doesn't matter how much my family loves them, I will love them anyway. And it doesn't matter how much you like me or don't like me, I love you anyway. And that's how you win the game, the life-challenging, fun-filled adventure called Planet Earth. Thanks for joining me.